of all, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the organizers who are organizing this G20 Global Summit for inviting Indian Pharmaceutical Association as their knowledge partner. And I have a special affection towards Visakhapatnam because I did my undergraduate and postgraduate and PhD from Visakhapatnam, Andhra University. And I was asked to deliver a talk on advances in pharmacy profession, innovations and technology development, Indian perspectives. Before going to the topic, being a national president of Indian Pharmaceutical Association, I would like to just give brief introduction about the IPA. IPA is the national professional body of pharmacists engaged in various facets of profession of pharmacy. IPA was founded way back in 1939, before our independence, having a 73 years of history. And the headquarters is at Mumbai. And IPA is having 22 state branches and around 56 local branches, and with 15,000 strong membership. And it is a vibrant organization with professional activities throughout the year. The more details you can get it from the website www.ipapharma.org. This is the team, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, the president, past president, and secretary. And we have 5 divisions, and each division is headed by one person. The vision of IPA is to engage in various facets of profession of pharmacy and to promote the highest professional and ethical standards of pharmacy. IPA is proud to say we are affiliated with international associations like FIP, Federation of International Pharmacists, PAPA, Federation of Asian Pharmacists Association, Commonwealth Pharmacists Association, American Association of Pharmaceutical Scientists, International Pharmacy Students Forum, WHO, CRPharm Forum, and American Association of Indian Pharmaceutical Scientists. These are our 6 divisions where we will organize our activities throughout the year with one division. Industry Pharmacy Division headed by Mr. Jayashilan from Tamil Nadu. Education Division headed by Dr. Vidyadhara from Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. Regulatory Affairs Division headed by Dr. Subhash Mandal from West Bengal. Community Pharmacy Division headed by Dr. Manjari Garat from Maharashtra. Hospital Pharmacy Division headed by Dr. R.N. Gupta from Jharkhand. And Students Forum, we started, this is the latest division, given a platform for the students to represent their grievances at various platforms. And these are our prestigious publications and Pharma Times and IJPS and other IPS, CPD, E-Times. And these are some of the activities. We organize conference, conventions, seminars, training programs, and advocacy representing the government on various issues pertaining to the profession of pharmacy. Coming to the pharmacy profession, how it evolved in our India. That's what I want to you, and where we stand, and what is our next future. That's what I prepared for my presentation. There are 3 areas of pharmacy profession. If you take, one is education, practice, and science. Though it is education, practice, and science, the center focus is the patient. This is the main motto of the pharmacy profession. And this pharmacy education, this is how we started in India. The earlier system of education is, ancient period, is a Gurukul concept. Used to train without any technology and used to identify the talent of each and individual student, and they used to train them in that particular arena and area. That's how the education system started in Gurukul concept, ancient period. Many people say India is lagging and the pharmacy colleges started way behind the developed countries. If you take the history, the first pharmacy college in India started in Goa in 1842, though it may be by Portuguese. That name of the college is called Escola Medica de Goa and started by Portuguese. The pharmacy students, along with medical students, they used to get trained and practice. That was the practice started in India. And modern father of pharmacy is called B.V. Patel, who started BSc Pharmacy in the year 1932 and B.Pharm in 1939 at Benares Hindu University with the call of Madan Mohan Malaviya. And several institutions came into India after initial stages. Now it is 4,000 plus institutions we are having which is a Guinness Book of Records. No other country is having that many number of institutions imparting pharmacy at undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD and PharmD. And what is the present scenario of pharmacy? These are the levels of pharmacy education in India. Starts with a diploma in pharmacy, a 2 years program, who works as a technician, and undergraduate program 4 years, and PharmD 6 years, which was recently introduced in 2008, and M.Pharma 2 years, and PhD. The register of qualification under the Pharmacy Act 1942, earlier it was only diploma in pharmacy, now it was extended to UG and PG also. And this is the curriculum, how they designed the curriculum initially. They designed it to suit the needs of the industry. That's why Indian pharmacists excelled in industry arena rather than practice arena, which was recently introduced and started in India. And pharmaceutical sciences component is 60% and 10% each in practice, humanities, medical sciences, and others. And job preferences. The students pursuing pharmacy program in India, most of the students, 50%, they are opting for industry because of the lucrative jobs offered by the industry, and 5% regulatory affairs because these posts are through the examination of the central and state government. And community pharmacy, after completing graduation, very few will opt for it. Maximum diploma in pharmacy students are opting for the community pharmacy. And teaching, 10%, and 3% hospital pharmacist, and higher studies abroad, 30%. And all these courses regulated by Pharmacy Council of India. Earlier, we have education regulation 51, 71, 81, 91. After 91, there is a huge gap. But under the leadership of President Pharmacy Council of India, we have come out with regulations of all the programs by 2015. That's how PharmD regulations in 8, B-Pharm 214, M-Pharm 14, B-Pharm practice regulation 14. This B-Pharm practice regulation introduced in 2014 to upgrade the qualification of all the existing diploma holders to degree. It is a 2-year program to upgrade their qualification. That is the recently introduced. And the present attitude of the institution and curriculum as per the education regulations is, it is a concept-based teaching methodology and career-based education. And main focus is given on problem-solving skills, case studies, creative thinking, communication skills, reasoning. Earlier, it was these components are missing in the curriculum of the pharmacy. And focus is on transform the learners into thinkers who create, challenge, evaluate, and make decisions. And prepare a future pharmacist as a knowledgeable professional, develop core competency level, furnish with IT knowledge, not to burden with many subjects. So that is the main motto of the council in framing the regulation. And this is one of the latest developments took place in various universities and various institutions in India. Acquaint the students with innovations, patenting and selling ideas, which was lagging. So to become a new breed of technocrats called entrepreneurs. This concept has come with, I think, Dr. Anji Reddy, who started DRL, and later many technocrats started their industry and which are excelling on par with multinational companies now. And of the triangle education perspective, I just briefed, and it is the practice perspective. What are the challenges in practice? Here, 30% of population worldwide deprived of essential medicine, and in the poorest part, it is more than 50%. Nearly half of the patients treated for common diseases. Nearly 40% of patients received antibiotics unnecessarily. That's what there is a bugword by WHO, antimicrobial resistance. So many deaths are occurring because of excessive usage of antibiotics. And more than 1,600 report incidents of counterfeit medicines. This is the pharmacist to population ratio in India. If you take, as per the WHO standards, it should be 1:500, but in India it is 1:1,840. So now the number of institutions have become more. In future, down the line by 2030, we may be able to reach the target of 1:500. And how we are transferring the knowledge from education to practice, because this component is lagging with the regular undergraduates and postgraduates in pharmacy. The introduction of Pharmacy program, a 6-year program on par with global standards in the year 2008. The first official gazette of Pharmacy has come on August 8, 2008, with the aim to equip the future pharmacists of India with skills of not only dispensing medicine, but also to serve as counselor of medicine with focus towards patients and prescriber of drugs. And objective is knowledge, understanding, skills, and attitude. The major proposed amendments, these regulations will lead to the increased responsibility of pharmacists toward patient, registered pharmacist, and public. This is what lagging in Indian scenario till now. The pharmacy is expected to bridge the gap, in particularly in the pharmacy practice area. And recently, FIP, that is Federation of International Pharmacists, they released 24 development goals. And they asked all the countries to select, to choose the development goals down the line 5 years. What are the development goals you want to involve and you want to get trained by the experts from the FIP. Here we have chosen 3 development goals. We have submitted our proposal, but we are going on par with FIP. On training we are going to take and guidance we are going to take from FIP in these developing goals. One development goal, that is 14, that is transforming vaccination. In India so far, the pharmacists were not allowed to give vaccination. Though during the COVID-19 pandemic period, we have given representation, we pharmacists are ready to give the vaccination, but there was no response from the ministry. Then WHO approached our ministry. They included the name of the pharmacist as a vaccinator, but they told we cannot give the training as we have sufficient vaccinators from nurses and ASHA workers, etc., etc. Then IPA took a lead. If you are not in a position to give the training, then IPA, we are ready to give the training. And we took this as a project of FIP as a part of the development goal. And this vaccination training program is going to start 23rd May. The first pilot project we are going to start. And in future, all our pharmacists are eligible to give vaccination and charge a fees for vaccination. That's what is our aim. And with the help of FIP, we are working on it. This pilot project, initially 200 students Pharmacy were trained on vaccination. In turn, they will go to the respective institutions and train the remaining students of Pharmacy and the nearest community pharmacists. That is the motto of this project. That's how we are working with FIP. And coming to the last domain, pharma industry. Initially, everybody knows we are known for this Ayurveda and Siddha in India. The earliest traditional system of medicine practiced in India for thousands of years. This is the practiced system already there, and still it is practicing in some of the, not only in India, some of the Asian countries. For thousands of years, people relied on medicinal properties of plants, animals, and minerals. With this, they used to give the treatment. 19th century is the beginning of the modern era of pharmaceutical industry because it started focusing on chemical synthesis. That's how the drugs started manufacturing. But 20th century, it marks the unification of chemistry and physiology, which increases the understanding of the basic drug discovery process. Initially, this is the Western system of medicine, how the colonial period brought the new Western system of medicine and paved the way to emerge pharmacy houses in India. We used to import the drugs from the developed countries and they used to sell this at 8 folds or 10 folds. That's how the colonial India has started bringing the medicines to the society and public. But now, till in 1950, India is an import-dependent industry, but emergence of technocrats and scientific expertise developed the Indian pharma industry to greater heights. Many says again, the first pharma industry in India started in 1892, Bengal Chemical and Pharmaceutical Works by Praful Chandra Roy. Indian government has released a stamp on his name in honor of the Praful Chandra Roy. And if you people remember, during COVID-19, this was the company who supplied chloroquine to US when Trump demanded highest. That was the contribution of this company. And what is the present scenario of the pharma industry and pharmacy? We have almost 1.2 millions of registered pharmacists and community pharmacists around 0.8 million. It has touched now 10 millions also. We have a number of industries 23,000 and major players 250 and small players 8,000. Number of pharmacy institutions 4,000 plus. Number of pharmacy teachers 60,000 plus. And number of students graduating year-wise is 4 lakhs. And number of regulators available 1,900, both state and central. State is around 1,350 and CDSO around 550. And number of approved plants, US FDA it is 500 plus, it is the old data. And EDQM around 150 plus and UK MHRA 100 plus. And India is import dependent industry till 1950, started with 10 crores and progressed fast to a business worth of $41 billion in 2021 and expected $65 billion by 2024. And the industry is catering the needs of 4.2 million employment in more than 20,000 units, which is a Guinness Book of Record. The present Indian market position in globe is third by volume and 14th by value. The volume by value, the difference is we are manufacturing the drugs at affordable cost to the common man. That's why the volume is less, volume is more when compared with the value. And 20% generics globally Indian companies are supplying and 60% of vaccine share is globally Indian companies are contributing. The Indian companies supplies 50% of global demand for various vaccines and 40% generic demand in the US and 25% all medicine used in UK and presently 80% of HIV drugs for antiretroviral drugs used globally to combat AIDS are supplied by Indian pharma companies. And this is the scenario, 23,000 units, 250 organized sectors, 8,000 small and 60,000 formulations, highly fragmented with market share of less than 6%. And top 10 companies accounts for 49% of manufacturing globally. These are top 10 companies of India: Sun, Lupin, Reddy, Cipla, Aurobindo, Glenmark, Zydus, Torrent. The pharmacy sector was valued at US dollars 65 in 2022 and expected to expand at a compounded annual growth rate of 24% to reach $130 billion by 2030. Presently, we are number 3 in the globe. We expect number 1 by 2030. That's what the industry expects is. And India's biotechnology industry, comprising biopharmaceuticals, bioservices, bioagriculture, bioindustry, expected to grow at an average growth rate around 30% a year and expected to reach $100 billion by 2025. And in the same way, just now I heard from my previous speaker, the medical devices also is going to growing at a faster rate. And I was the witness of inauguration of this Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone Park. I was there, I was present. And recently Nagpur, Jitendra Sharma has highlighted how the medical devices park is doing, what is their growth rate, and how, and asked the investors to come and make use of the facilities. Thanks to the CDSCO and medical devices park heads who are encouraging this research. This is a small comparison. What is the cost of the drug in our India and what are the cost of the drug in developed countries? Because we are coming with generic. It is almost, if you take HIV drugs, 2,500 rupees patented and generic is 12 rupees. See, 200 folds. Like this is the area Indian companies are targeting and succeeded also. All these factors made India, wherever we go, they call as a pharmacy of the world. India is called as the pharmacy of the world in terms of industry. But we want that also India, pharmacist of the world also. That's where we are lagging. That's what we are trying to do it. Thus, new technologies. The new technologies are what really promise a positive future for the industry in 21st century. The pharmacy industry is shifting more towards digitized, customized, and personalized era. Tomorrow, the slogan of WHO is no one drug fits all. The Dolo 650 may not be suitable for everybody. It may be sufficient for 500 mg for somebody or 400 mg for somebody. As on today, we are giving excess dose. That's what excess medicament we are giving to the people there. There are so many diseases, the patients are suffering with so many disorders. The top 10 innovation trends in pharma industry is what people are predicting. Prevention over treatment, it is a good old treatment. Turning back to nature, biological labs, reverse innovation, open innovation, nanotechnology, 3D printing, personalized medicine and customization, artificial intelligence and quantum computers, body sensors. These are future 10 areas of research. That's what industry is aiming and looking at. I don't want to go much into this because this is some examples, again turning back into natural, and this is prevention over the treatment, reverse innovations, nanotechnology. This is the area penetrating in every discipline, right from the diagnosis to manufacturing. And the personalized medicines, I already just briefed you. And 3D printing, this is another area where the people are looking at. Artificial intelligence and cognitive computers, body sensors, and STEMceuticals. All these are some of the innovations going to take place in future in and involvement of Indian pharma industry in these areas. All these changes in the pharmacy sector are leading to, the aim is tomorrow medicines with today's technology. And we should salute His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam during his presidential address in the year 2008 in IPC. He has given a wonderful statement addressing the pharmacist. Technology is an important tool to give fast health care. You have to use it. That was the quote given by His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And investment opportunities, because it is a global summit, some people are there from other nations and some other parts. So what are the incentives our governments are offering? What are the incentives our government is giving? These are some of the things. The Indian pharma industry currently contributes around 1.72 of the country GDP with the annual turnover of 2,89,999 crores for the year 21-22. The market is set to grow by 2.5 to 5% in the year 23 and could even hit 5% and going to be a major component of the country's foreign trade with attractive avenues and opportunities for investors. And this is cumulative FDIs, that is foreign development incentives, crossed 20 billion USD in 2022. The FDI inflows increased fourfold over 5 years until 2022 to $699 million US due to investor-friendly policies and positive outlook for the industry. Recently, the Honorable Union Minister, Sri Mansukh Mandaviya complimented the bulk drug manufacturers for making efforts towards making the country self-sufficient, because we are almost dependent on China for the import of the bulk drugs, but from COVID-19, due to some differences in the bilateral relationships, our companies are not in a position to get the imports from the China. So our companies are started their own manufacturing of the bulk drugs, and government also started giving incentives. That is what Union Minister appreciated, because during COVID-19, our nation did not have a dearth of the medicine supply. If the drugs were not supplied for a non-communicable diseases, the deaths are more than 4 million. That was as per the WHO data. Due to COVID-19, the deaths are hardly 2 lakhs. So that is the importance of the continuous supply of the affordable and accessible medicines. That's what our government has done and what our industry has done. The pharmaceutical exports and imports were estimated to tune of 146,260 crores. That is 1,46,260 crores and rupees 42,943 crore respectively in the year 22-23. The Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister, same, who also hold the health portfolio, praised the industry players for playing a pivotal role during COVID-19, not only domestically but also globally. The production-linked incentive scheme announced by the government for bulk drugs in March 2020 encouraged the industry to attain self-reliance in identified critical drugs. Government has come out with 4 clusters throughout the country, and they released 8,000 crores initially to self-sustain the manufacturing of the bulk drugs in our own country. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare emphasized that the pharmaceutical sector in India, besides being a business venture, is also a sector of social and strategic importance. And he urged the industry to invest in the area of research and innovation for sustainable global competitiveness by allocating adequate resources. That's why earlier our R&D investment is hardly 1%. That's why our Indian companies are not able to come out with one new chemical entity, because to come out with a new chemical entity, it takes more than 12 years of research and more than $3 to $4 billion of expenses. Even if you spend that much, out of 10,000 molecules screened, we may doubt at least one may come into the market. That is doubtful. They may fail at phase 3 or phase 4 clinical trials. So, after the call of the ministry, now every industry started investing 15% of the profit. Now every industry has come out with R&D centers with 15% of the investment. So in future, we may come out with real research, real innovations. That's what we are expecting. And another important deliberations happened with the minister. The actual research starts at university level and institutional level, not at the R&D centers. You take the latest examples of Covishield. It is a product of Oxford University. Covaxin. Covaxin is also the raw structure was given by Institute of Virology. Then only Krishnalaya is able to come out with the vaccine. So the actual research starts at university and industry. That's what policymakers are looking, a collaboration between industry and academia, and they are making it compulsory. That's all. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. I am available here if you want to have a discussion or any clarification. I am available here. So let us not take much of the time of the next speaker. Let us welcome him. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. But it's a very humble request. So, sir, please kindly come upon the dais, because a small token of appreciation would be given to you. So, I once again request Dr. V Narayana to please kindly come upon the dais. And we feel totally happy and proud for sharing such a valuable content among us. Thank you so much. And in order to present the memento, I request Dr. Abhijit Ghosh sir to please kindly come upon the dais. Please, applause. Come on. Thank you so much, sir. So I request you both to please occupy respective places. Thank you so much.